Hey guys, so I hope you enjoyed when I shot the video that showed you a pantry tour. I thought today I would kind of give you a glimpse into what it looks like when I do a deep shop on Saturdays at the farmer's market. Thankfully and very luckily we live in Florida, so we have a year-round farmer's market that we go to. The one for our town is pretty large, but we actually go there and go to one specific booth, if you will, because they are a local organic shop and they obviously provide fresh produce from around the area, and it's mainly organic, or at the very minimum it's at least chemical and pesticide and all that free. So I wanted to show you what that looks like, and especially in the height of what we're going through right now where we're home, we're cooking lots of meals, this is a great time to focus on fresh abundance of real and whole foods and really putting health into our own hands, because what we're putting into our body is definitely a major player in how we are able to live our lives abundantly. So this is what I like to call my medicine right here, and hopefully I can show you some simple ways that we turn these into delicious vegan meals and kind of give you a little glimpse into my nutritionist brain. Okay, so let's get started. First up, some mushrooms. So these are actually, this is actually new territory for me because I definitely I stick to the one kind of mushrooms that I like to cook with, which are normally portobello or brown mushrooms. But we have been experimenting literally just this week with some different kinds of mushrooms. So I don't even know what we bought, but that's the fun in it. So now I can go and research these beautiful mushrooms. So hopefully it's focusing. And figure out what they are. I also have some from a couple days ago. These are king trumpet mushrooms, and I was reading that you can turn the stems into vegan scallops, so I'm definitely gonna be doing that. So this one I already did research, but these other mushrooms, no idea what they are, so if you're watching this video and you have a delicious recipe for them, let me know. But I cannot wait to use these. Like, look how beautiful these are. So right there, I just love how nature provides us with so much goodness. Just ways to use these plants in really cool ways. So that would be first up. And then, so in the past, I had a blog called Shar Eats Greens, and that is still true to my soul because every week I make sure to get a ton of greens. So we get kale every week. So this is something that I like to add to smoothies. I love doing kale Caesar salads. I will throw it in a stir fry or a curry. It just adds a nice pop of color because I love seeing greens spread out through meals, but it's also so delicious and obviously very beneficial for you too. You could also juice it. I don't juice a lot of kale right now, but I do love kale week to week. So we did 2 bundles of curly kale. I also really like dinosaur kale too. It's great for raw salads. You can even throw that in smoothies too. It's just, I find a little bit of a stronger pronounced taste than curly kale, and but both are delicious. But I just got curly kale this week. And then one green I really love getting every week too is Swiss chard. So this is great in smoothies because not only are you getting obviously a bunch of greens by putting it in a smoothie, but it has a mild taste. So you can really mask it with fruits, but you're gonna get that beautiful pop of color from your greens. So I love putting this in smoothies. That's mainly what I use it for. Otherwise, I'll mix it into a salad, or I'll even throw this into a soup or a stir fry. Again, just for that pop of green color and then to get the goodness of the greens. So that is something that we normally have on a weekly rotation. And then sometimes we'll add in lettuces. So sometimes I'm rotating romaine lettuce, and then I'll switch to red leaf next week, and then I'll switch to butter lettuce. So I just like to always have rotations and, you know, just experiencing that different nutrients that different vegetables provide you instead of always sticking to the same ones. Okay, next up, broccoli. So this is a big bunch of organic broccoli. I love it. I'll probably use this in a General Tao's tofu dish with rice and some peppers, and to make like an orange sauce to go on it. But other than that, I love to roast broccoli. We don't eat a lot of raw broccoli though, so maybe that's something I should work in, because I definitely want to incorporate more raw vegetables into our diet. We eat a lot of cooked, especially with the warmer months coming. That would be a good time to try and get more fresh raw vegetables into your diet, because they definitely work different than in the body than cooked ones. You're not killing off all the enzymes and, you know, benefits to it. Don't get me wrong, cooked vegetables are still really good for you, but eating more abundant raw vegetables too is really beneficial too. So there's some broccoli. This one I'm excited for. So these are daikon radishes. I love daikon, but I don't use it a lot. So I took the plunge and bought them this week. What I want to do with them is pickle them or simply add them, you know, sliced onto salads. They're super yummy, definitely like have that peppery taste like a radish or like a regular radish would. And I really just want to pickle them because that is delicious, and you can throw it on like Mexican dishes or, you know, a nice bowl with hummus and all that. But yeah, so these are something that aren't really a weekly staple, but I'm definitely excited to have them this week and put them on the video. Okay, and then next up we have a bunch of cucumbers. So these baby cucumbers are amazing. So we go through a lot of these every week. So as you can see, I have a big bag of them, and we've already dug into about 3 of them, and we just bought them like couple hours ago. So these are a staple. I love the mini cucumbers. So does my husband, my daughter, and my son. So yes, we always buy a lot of these. And these are more just snacks. So dipping into hummus, dipping into various other, you know, vegan dips, or I made a simple salad today with cucumber, sweet onion, and tomato and vinegar and salt and pepper. If you've never done that, do it. It's the best simple salad ever, and it's delicious. So lots of mini cucumbers. And then next, I am a pepper person. So I need my peppers every week. Obviously, always organic. Choose organic when you can, okay? So if you don't really have a choice and you need to go by price point, there are some instances where organic can be the same or if not cheaper than regular conventional. But if you have to buy conventional, make sure you're checking out the EWG's guide to the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15, and then base your decisions off of that. Unfortunately, bell peppers are on the Dirty Dozen list, so I always buy organic. Well, I always buy everything organic, but peppers especially, if they're not organic, I will not be buying them. But I love rainbow peppers minus green peppers, so don't hurt me. I love red, orange, and yellow peppers instead, so I use these all throughout the week, normally in a lot of stir fries, curries, stuff like that, and bean soups. So those are those. And then another staple is carrots. So I have some rainbow carrots here today. These are from a local farm we love. They're called Frog Song Organics. They have the best produce. So those are rainbow carrots. And what I like to use carrots for, again, just the same, they're such a hearty base to a lot of things, whether it's, you know, whether it's a soup or a stew or a curry or, you know, just sauteing up vegetables. I find carrots are such a staple for doing all that. And they also can be added to a great vegan mac and cheese where you can use carrots, onions, and potatoes, and you create a cheesy sauce that way. Okay, and then cabbage. So cabbage is something that maybe I'll buy one week, not the next, and then the other, and then I'll buy in a future week. I love getting both green and purple cabbage, but again, when you're eating locally and in season, you're not going to be getting all the different produce, or if you do find it all, then chances are that they've shipped in some. So this is the one that they had in stock right now, and what I love doing with green cabbage mainly is sauteing it up with a little bit of herbamare, which is a great seasoning. It's got some kelp and other salts in it too, so it has really amazing flavors. And I love sauteing it up with that and some coconut oil and some herbamare, and it's really delicious. Otherwise, you could use them in tacos, you can make a slaw with it. I've totally done a simple slaw with it, or throw it into some hearty soups as well. So that's cabbage. And then we have some squash. So normally, again, like I said, how I like to rotate some things. So like I do that with my lettuce, I rotate different kinds. We've been doing a lot of butternut squash lately, so I thought I would give acorn a shot this week. And what I will do with this is I will roast it and maybe turn it into another variation of a vegan mac and cheese, or put it into a soup, or stuff it with some curry quinoa. You know, sky's the limits. Again, because I love the creativity in my kitchen, and especially now that we are in a time of isolation and I have a lot more time to be in the kitchen, this is when I just let my creative juices flow and kind of feel where I'm going that way. So that's the one benefit to having the freedom and, you know, really enjoying cooking. So that's just a kind of idea of how I would kind of think up ways to use this or use my vegetables. So that would be an instance of how I would think up dishes for this acorn squash. And look at how huge it is. It is so, so big. Okay, this is a fun one this week. So these are jalapenos. So a pound of jalapenos. So yes, I love buying hot peppers, but I'll kind of reserve them for me and my husband. But I'm excited to take some of these and pickle them. So if you see the theme this week, pickled daikon radish, and I'm going to pickle some jalapenos, and then I can't wait to use them on whether like it's a vegan nachos or a vegan Mexican dish, or even like a vegan mac and cheese they would be amazing on. So those are what I'm going to use these jalapenos for. Otherwise, sliced fresh, I could add it to a guacamole, again, like another Mexican dish, saute it up with some peppers, or, you know, add it to the guac. So I'm really excited for these. And just a little note, if you de-seed them, the seeds are actually where the spice is held. So if you want to have a milder version but still have the jalapeno flavor, just remove the seeds. Be careful not to touch your eyes with the seeds if you have the juices from them on your fingers. But you can still get the taste of the jalapeno without it being super spicy just by removing the seeds. So take that little bit of information. Okay, next up is celery. So if you are not on the celery juice train, get on it, because I so am. So I have been doing celery juice 3 to 4 mornings a week. I actually just bumped it up to every day this past week just to really reap the benefits of it. There are a ton of reasons why celery juice is so amazing for your body. It's great on an immune system level. It can help cleanse out the body. It can do so much goodness for you. I've linked up a few of them here in case there are things that you're wanting to work through. Celery juice is a great addition. So you simply take a head of celery and juice it every morning, and then you drink that celery juice. I'm so used to it now. Sometimes the flavors can be intense depending on how green your celery is. This is milder, I can just tell by looking at it because it's not as dark green. So this will have more of like a mild salty taste to it when I juice it. But there are some times where, holy crap, it's intense, but the benefit to that is you know it's doing so good to your body. So I buy celery to juice, but you can otherwise use it. Obviously, you can use it in soups and stews and all that too. Or another way that I like to use it is in my lentil sloppy joes, which is on my website. Okay, and then we have the Powerhouse Turmeric. So I love using turmeric in a drink that I make of just lemon, turmeric, ginger, and some maple syrup. You can use it in dishes. I have powdered turmeric normally for my curries and all that, but fresh turmeric is also great for juicing. So I love juicing it with pineapple, fresh pineapple, and it's just really great anti-inflammatory. Great for this time when, you know, we're looking for natural ways to boost our immune system amongst, you know, all the chaos going around. So this is a great addition to your natural empowerment toolkit. Okay, and then bananas, because we are monkeys. So I love buying a ton of bananas because I end up letting them go rotten or nearly rotten, and then I freeze them for smoothies. I love smoothies with bananas as a base. Every smoothie I make has banana as a base because it makes it so creamy and delicious, and it's just something that I love adding to my smoothies. So we'll normally buy 2 to 3 bunches of bananas every week. I also love using it for homemade vegan pancakes. I do a blender pancake which uses a ton of bananas and oats, or I'll use like gluten-free flour-based pancake recipe which uses a banana in that as well. So we use that for smoothies and baking. And then some other fruits that I got this week, some kiwis. We love just slicing these up and eating them. Apples are great with some nut butter. And then pears. If we don't just eat them by themselves, I'll probably slice up and freeze and use in smoothies as well. Then we have some summer squash. So this is yellow squash. I have 1 green zucchini, and then probably my favorite squash right now is patty pan. Patty pan is so delicious. Again, just stir fried up with some onion, with some herbamare, and in a frying pan. It's really delicious. It's a nice side dish to, say, like some roasted sweet potatoes and tofu, and or you could put them in curries or in a soup. So lots of options for summer squash. Then we have some onions, so some various ones. I have purple onions, a regular, like just yellow onion, and then a sweet onion because I've already ate 1 sweet onion today. So good. Get some sweet onions this summer because they are so delicious. Then I love getting some green beans and sauteing them up with garlic and ginger and some tamari soy sauce. It's delicious. Try it. Okay, and then weekly is lemons and limes. So I use these for various sauces. So limes are a great addition to curries. Lemons, same thing. You can add them freshly squeezed to curries, or I love making homemade sauces with them, or even salad dressings. But my favorite way to use lemon is in water. So lemons are really cleansing and detoxifying to the body. So it's a great way to add or to increase your water intake, because now you're sprucing up your water and you're getting that benefits of drinking the water. Then some other things to note when I am at the farmer's market is the fact that I'm bringing my own reusable bags. So I started doing this a couple years ago. Guys, it's so easy to do, and it's just one little extra step to get on that more, environment-friendly path where you're not using the plastic bags to store all of your goodies in for the fridge. So these are an Amazon purchase. I have linked them up below if you want to check out the ones that I'm using. Again, any brand will do. These ones have held up over the years, and I love they have different colors for the different toppings. So say you want to sort your items by that, but really super easy to do. And then that way you can reduce, the plastic that's ending up in the landfills because you're not putting your produce in it. And what I like to do is I don't put all my produce in bags. If it's bigger items, even if it's, say, 7 sweet potatoes that I bought at the market, I will throw them loose into my big reusable bag that I, fill all my groceries into. And then what I do is reserve these reusable bags for the smaller things. So like these cherry tomatoes, obviously I'm not gonna put them loose in a big bag, so I use them in a produce bag. I also have these bags too. These are great for just throwing more produce in, but I love these for when I'm shopping at the grocery store and getting bulk items like rice or quinoa or things where you don't want any holes in it. But these can be used too for just regular produce, but I thought I would just note another different version of a bag. And then these aren't from the farmer's market, but they're just some other purchases that I just wanted to show you. So first up is this bag that I'm going to now use to freeze my fruit in. So I've looked at these for a while, and I finally jumped on it and bought one. But it's a silicone bag, and instead of using a regular baggie to store, say, my bananas in for smoothies, I'm gonna start putting it into this bag. So this is completely plastic free, because that's something to be mindful of too. We don't want those toxins leaching out of plastics into our food. This was a recent purchase today that I'm so excited about. And then one other thing I just want to note, we basically eat gluten-free, I'd say about 90% of the time, but I'm not opposed to wheat when it is from a good farm. So we love sprouted wheat products by Silver Hills. This raisin bread is out of the world delicious. So we love putting it Earth Balance on it. I say we as in my whole family. So I love doing this. So this toast in the morning, or this sprouted grain bread. It's high in protein, it's delicious, it's got so much goodness in it. We'll use this for, again, sandwiches, toast in the morning, vegan BLTs, vegan Reubens, stuff like that. Love it. And then here's just one other variation. This is probably my favorite one right now. It's called Organic Sprouted Power. It's the multi-grain version. So that is that. And there are other things that I'm probably missing, but that is kind of a look at what I bought this week. Things I didn't show you in the video because my husband put them away. Sweet potatoes, so that's another thing I get. And normally I get potatoes, but I still have some left over, so I love those just to add hardiness to meals and kind of bulk it up a little bit more. There you go. That is a look at the produce that I got this week. And again, putting the power in our hands with our choices and knowing that food can heal your body, and food is what you should make your foundation on, because you are what you eat. Let food be thy medicine, and know that if you have a strong foundation of this, then all the chaos around you is just something that you don't have to look at and be fearful of. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, or I would love to know if you have any feedback for future videos. So hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Oh, I think I started a video again. Hopefully that other one recorded. Can you make sure? Oh, it is videoing again.